Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Oregon Spirit Distillers. This is their straight American wheated rye whiskey, coming in at a 45% ABV, at least 4 years old. Now, for full disclosure, I reached out to Oregon Spirit Distillers for a review sample. They were kind enough to send this over for us to take a look at and a review, so just keeping that transparency open. When it comes to Oregon Spirit Distillers, they're obviously based out of Oregon. And they're doing some really cool things in the craft whiskey world. Not only are they distilling it, aging it, bottling it themselves, but a lot of their grains they're getting from local within their state lines and almost in their backyard for essentially. This is one of the newer releases coming out here, so you're going to start seeing this trickle out in some areas if it hasn't already. The build on this for the mash is really unique, and that's why I'm super excited about it. Comes off at 60% rye, 33% wheat, and 7% malted barley. Now, under most circumstances, corn is either your main ingredient or your second ingredient. Means that there's no corn in this, we're gonna have to change our mindset just slightly. Means that we're having corn removed and adding in a big build of wheat. I'm excited to see what comes across with such a unique mash bill. Let's jump into it. I always point this out on their bottles. I love these little short, chunky bottles. Just the shape of them, the design of them. Get a good grip on there too. Big glass bottom. Big plus. As always, make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hang around for a bit. Become a member if you'd like. If you're interested in some other reviews over Oregon Spirit Distillers, links to those videos will be up above and down below, along with a link to their website, so you can check them out for yourself. You can purchase some things from their website. You can also find these guys inside Total Wine under the Spirit Direct brand section. They made that agreement with them, so you can get in a lot of the areas. Ooh, great pop on there. Here in end of 2023, beginning of 2024, rye whiskeys have been really a big thing I've been enjoying, so I'm excited to see that mash bill really shine. I'm really pumped. Beautiful dark golden color going on here. Yeah. Gorgeous. Alrighty, let's go for notes. Oh. Oh, this isn't fair. That is, that is just divine. The rye goes not necessarily herbal or medicinal, but rye grain bread. Like, this is almost as sweet as being finished in a rum cask. Like, this is like, I wouldn't quite say it's a 1-for-1, but like Angel's Envy rye finished in the Caribbean rum casks. Like, it's giving me that kind of vibe. Like, beautiful spices in here, and it comes across very tropical for me. The herbal is very light and airy, not getting really much of a medicinal note, but sweet. Oh my gosh. And it sounds so silly, but I'm getting tropical notes like mango and coconut. Oh, but that rye spiciness in there. Oh boy. Oh, I really hope this comes across in the taste, because it is sweet, minty, and floral, and spicy, and like almost like rye bread with a drizzle of vanilla icing over it. Get the charriness from the cask itself. Oh yeah. There's no ABV, nothing harsh, no offness. I'm just all grins about it, just from that nose. Like, it's just so fresh and rice, grain forward. The wheat is bringing out the little bit of cinnamon and like freshly ground cinnamon stick with a little dash of clove in there. And then the barley is just helping keeping things rounded out with a little bit of waxiness, a little bit of barley grain in there. And it just keeps opening up beautifully too. Oh, that is great. Let's go for a taste. A lot more tamer on the palate than the nose led to believe. But that's not a bad thing. You're getting a lot of the herbal, a little medicinal in there, but rye grain notes. You're getting that sweet characteristic going on in there from the vanilla and the caramel, a little bit of spiciness from that wheat. Again, I'm getting kind of that cinnamon stick and clove, maybe a dash of nutmeg in here. Beautiful warmth on the palate. Clings very well for its proof point. You get a bit of charriness from the cask. You don't get much of that minty spearmint that I was getting on the nose. And I kind of appreciate that, because I feel like some people might go, it reminds me of, mouthwash or toothpaste, and it does not come across that way at all. But it is herbal, spicy, a little bit of grain from that barley showing up. It's just a really good rye. Wow. And right from the start, you're getting that sweet vanilla drizzle over like a rye bread. It comes across almost like dessert bread, because you're getting the herbal rye spiciness mixed in there with that bit of cinnamon and clove that I was getting. And it's just a really solid sip. I'm just shocked on how well the rye and wheat at those high percentages come across in the taste. It's phenomenal. Third sip here, getting a little bit more of the rye grains coming out, a little sweetness from those. The charriness from the cask is really kind of starting to show forefront here, with a bit of wood sugar spices going on, maybe even a little bit of cedar. A little bit of cedar here in the finish as well. It's a fairly complex palate. Again, I didn't know what to expect coming into this, but it exceeded that. That taste is, if you're like a good rye whiskey, this is going to be for you. Again, you got to go in there with a light bit of different mindset, because, again, you got to... And honestly, if you're a rye whiskey fan, I think this is going to be right up your alley. You got to go in with the mindset that this doesn't have any corn to it for that sweet corn butteriness, but that wheat really accents itself very well, bringing across a lot of spices in there. And as I'm talking here, it's giving me almost a linger of apple sweetness too. I'm really digging that. Yeah, that's a winner. Taking more sips on it here now that I found that apple at the finish. I'm finding a bit here at the beginning as well. Great sip. Alrighty. Well, let's talk about a grade for something like this. Well, when it comes down to it, you have a craft distillery using local grains, telling us the process. You're transparent across that. You're distilling it, aging it, bottling it yourself, and then you're using such a unique mash bill that I've not seen other places use. I got to give it a solid A-. Definitely crushable bottle. Being that I'm getting into rye whiskeys more and more, I think it's a phenomenal sip. If you're a rye whiskey person as well, I think you're going to enjoy this with that kind of a different path on things. Being that there's no corn in here and you're using that wheat to really accent, big thumbs up. I love that sip. And again, my brain wants to say that it was even just like, oh, we put it in a rum cask for a couple weeks. Like, that's what it gives me vibes up, with the spices and the sweet factors going on here. Bravo. With this being your newest release, I gotta say that is a phenomenal sip, and just keep that stuff coming, because that is going to do very well, in my opinion, coming off the shelves. And again, if you're interested in learning more about Oregon Spirit Distillers, a link to their website will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Oregon Spirit Distillers, straight American wheated rye whiskey. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might not.